I pulled open the front of my armor and saw a dart had pierced through and struck my chest. I yanked out the dart that hadn't fully penetrated. It felt like a sign telling me to cast off the shackles of those men and return to being a woman. I picked up the treasured sword. Looking at myself in the mirror, I noticed the character Zhen carved on the blade. In that moment, I fully awakened. If I wanted power to serve my country, I had to restore my female identity and become my true self. I took off the armor and shook my long hair free. Then I strode toward the battlefield with determination. A red spear came flying at me. I leaned back and kicked it aside. Then, with a reverse hook, I sent the red spear straight into an enemy's chest. Dismounting, I cut through the battlefield like a storm. The enemy began to fear my strength. They shouted that I was a shamaness and scattered in all directions. Just as the enemy was about to retreat, an eagle from the sky split into dozens of smaller hawks. They dove down and attacked our ranks. We quickly formed 5 shield formations and used our shields to fend off the birds. The enemy seized the moment and their catapults began hurling boulders at our lines. The rocks smashed the formations to pieces in an instant. I saw the other formations about to be destroyed and felt a surge of urgency. Looking back, I noticed a snowy mountain in the distance and an idea struck me. I blew a whistle. The war horses galloped in. I vaulted onto my horse. Picking up a helmet, I charged toward the enemy's rear. One enemy fell because I left the helmet on a rock. They mistook it for a hidden force and panicked. They hurriedly turned their catapults toward where I was. The boulders crashed down and shook the snow. I smiled slightly because I knew an avalanche was coming. The unprepared enemy was swallowed by ice and snow. After the avalanche passed, the general reorganized his troops but didn't notice me. I stepped out of the mist and knelt before the general to confess everything. I begged for his forgiveness. Only then did everyone realize I had been disguised as a man. The general was furious and expelled me from the camp. I knelt in pain because I had brought shame on my family. At that moment, countless small hawks flew in and formed the shape of the shamaness. She stood before me. I raised my sword to attack, but the shamaness said her story was similar and she wanted to join forces. I refused because the tribe she followed were cowards. The shamaness said those cowards were planning to seize the palace. My dynasty would fall. She earnestly wanted me to go with her. I knew my duty, so I turned and left. A phoenix flew alongside me.